It's very difficult to point specifically to one thing in a chart and say, this is the thing, right? I mean, because really the whole chart is going to be tied to value, and you want everything in the chart to be not so much optimized. You don't have to optimize it to value yourself. I think you can still be totally unoptimized and value yourself. It's more about, but let me just say, you can look at the chart and start exploring the themes. Self-worth lives primarily in the will center. Not that, again, the entire chart is important to it, but certainly the open will and whatever's connected to the will could be important. Let's go through briefly the themes of the gates of the will center in the context of self-worth. So the gate 21 says to heal the self-worth, you have to become self-regulated. And that means you have to get disciplined about creating an internal and external self-worthy environment or self-generous environment. And so the first thing that I would say, you really need to be mindful of your inner narrative and what environments you're placing yourself in. Because if you walk into an environment and you're feeling like this is a negative environment or an environment that isn't upholding the level of value that you deserve, you need to turn around and walk out of that environment. And you need to be really careful with what kind of internal environment you construct for yourself. So be kind to yourself, treat yourself as if you're precious. Even if you don't believe it, treat yourself as if you're precious. The gate 40 says you need to value yourself enough to give yourself time to retreat, to be alone, to restock, recharge, replenish, renourish yourself, and connect with source and yourself. And that healing of the self-worth, particularly if somebody's on a quest for a relationship, it might start first with saying, okay, my long-term goal is to attract a partner. But before I do that, I need to get really comfortable with being alone with myself and really understanding the value of that piece. The gate 26 is actually a place where we oftentimes hold trauma or store trauma, or where we hold old patterns around not enoughness and being out of integrity. And so certainly the gate 26 also says, in terms of healing self-worth, are there any breaches in integrity? Meaning, is there anything going on in your body, anything going on with your resources, money, etc., any place where you're compromising on your authentic self-expression, any place where you're compromising on your morality, or any place where you're giving energy that you really don't want to give, and you've basically set yourself up to be out of energetic integrity. Are there any situations where you need to really look at how do you heal from any actions that are denying your value, and what changes in behavior do you need to make so that you are acting in integrity with your value? And oftentimes when we're working on self-worth, what we have to do is construct the physical environment or the physical matrix for self-worth, meaning it really is a place where we have to act as if, where we really have to make sure that our internal and external environment is reflecting our value. And that may mean having to have difficult conversations, walking away from difficult circumstances, but making sure you've set the table and you've really cleared the way for you to be living and acting and supported in the expression of your value.